Good afternoon, Southern Sun, Elangeni and Maharani team. It was great to put on a suit today to dress up and show up, and it's exciting to welcome you back to your first day back at work. Can you believe it's been 5 months already since we left each other? As you can see, we're arriving here by security, and we're going to walk you through the hotel and what to expect. You can see the markings, maintaining our social distancing as we arrive to the hotel. You'll follow and maintain your distance. Coming into security. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm just man. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to the hotel.
Ah, thank you, man. So nice to be back. Perfect.
You see the company? Pull up the details also.
I've got my own pen. Always good to have your own pen, then you don't need to share.
Okay, let me check the figures. So the 35.8.
35.8.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to fill in my details here.
Yeah, everything, yeah.
And I'm going to fill in my temperature.
Yes, there is the car. Can keep it here.
Perfect. So that's a sticker that just helps us indicate that you've arrived through the Elangeni Tower, and if you're needing to go and do work in the Maharani Tower, the sticker does show that you've already been scanned. Follow me through as we come into the building. There's a team on duty getting ready for our opening, wearing their masks.
Away.
We're in the delivery area here at the back of the Elangeni, and when we get our deliveries, they will no longer be taken into the building. To maintain safety, the suppliers will deliver it to the backyard here, and the team will come outside to collect, observing all other protocol that needs to be done. Coming inside the building, you'll notice there's extensive signage wherever you go, always highlighting the 3 most important rules: to wear your mask, to sanitize often, and to maintain social distancing. Sanitizer throughout the building, freely available. Coming in, you'll also notice the markings, and we'll ask people to just try and maintain to the left, so when this is a high traffic area, people can exit on the opposite side. Into our staff change room facilities, you'll notice more signage just to help us and remind us. Coming through, we have our new soap. It's been changed to an antibacterial sanitizing hand soap, and just some reminding of how to effectively hand wash. In our staff facilities, we ask where possible you arrive out of your uniform, change into your uniform in the bathroom, and then when you leave for the day, you will change back out of your uniform into your clothes, thereby protecting your uniform. Coming up to our staff dining room. Again, we have sanitizers available for you to be able to sanitize before you come in, as well as when you leave. Lunch and meals will be provided as we have done before, but again under different rules and conditions, with our signage up on the wall reminding us of what needs to be done, as well as the tables to maintain social distancing. We've reduced the number of seats, as you can clearly see, and we ask that you maintain the seating arrangement and don't group together. Coming back down into reception, and where we will see what our guests have to maintain. By the lifts, you'll notice also the signage for the guests, as well as our markings on the floor, also restricting the number of people that use the lifts at the same time. It's going to be a lot of hard work for us to help our guests also behave while they're staying with us. As we come through to reception and the arrival from the front door. When the guests arrive and check in, we would ideally ask that they access via the back parking and come through the building where we entered now and sign in with security into the parking area. Otherwise, the guests will come in through the front door. Hi, good afternoon, Petros.
How are you, sir?
Well, thank you, and you?
Okay, can someone say something, please?
Thank you.
Okay, can check the paper, please? Okay, can you sit control?
Thank you.
Okay, can take a pen to the frame container and sign, please. If you're done, you can put to the red container, please.
Thank you. The guests, like Petros said, will sign in and leave the key in the red container. Thank you very much, Petros.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your day. Go straight to the reception. Just to attend you.
Thank you. Coming through to reception, you'll notice all the floor markings helping the guests maintain their social distancing, and only every second computer is being used, giving each person their own working station. We come through to reception.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon, Tato.
Thank you. Here's the registration with Tato. Welcome to Elangeni, Maharani.
Thank you.
Please pick up the pen from the green container. Once you're done signing, drop it off on the red container for me, please. Thank you. And take a pen to cut me just quickly and covering quick card. I'll give you room number as well. Thank you so much, and you stay with us.
Thank you so much, Tato. You'll notice Tato's got a visor and a mask on. That's a requirement for the receptionists. And in the kitchen, it's also required that the kitchen staff will wear a visor and a mask. When we return our key later, we'll return it in the to be sanitized box. Throughout the hotel and in all the different workstations, like the receptionists have their own sanitizing equipment, and the guests will have their own sanitizing equipment, and we are protected by the screens. In the kitchen, or in the restaurants, we will also have the screens on the buffets between the food and the guests. Some last points just to note, and some documentation that needs to be completed. Your heads of department and your management team have sent out a link to a video clip that you do need to watch and go through. When you return to work, you will then sign the risk assessment form. We will also give you a copy of a staff briefing form, which just advises you of some of the changes and some of the information at the hotel. You'll be asked to sign the attendance register for the training that we give you, and your head of department will go through the specific standard operating procedures for your department, which have all changed for the various departments. There's a sample of the banqueting team that have been through and signed their standard operating procedures. A few other notes just to go through with the team. You'll see some images which will also loop here after, showing the requirements from a kitchen and a food and beverage and banqueting perspective, which include all the different rules that need to be maintained. We can only have 50 people in an outlet at any time. We do have the ability to individually wrap portions of food, and under lockdown level 2, a lot of rules are still in effect, which means that we cannot allow buffets, but we do need to serve the buffet for the guests. As mentioned, we'll have the screens up where the chefs will serve from behind the buffets. In the kitchen, the chefs will have their own working area where they don't share equipment and a working space. And a lot has changed in our room from a housekeeping perspective as well. We have removed all the throws and cushions. Only one bed in a room with 2 beds will be made up if there's one guest, and a lot of the extra items have been removed out. We do have an isolation room in the hotel in the case of an emergency. Naturally, if you are sick, you shouldn't come to work. If you get to work and you're displaying symptoms, you'll be asked to return home. But if you get sick whilst at work, during work, we will then make use of the isolation room and assist in getting you to a doctor. The same procedure would follow in both towers. We've just walked through the Elangeni tower today, but the same would happen at the Maharani tower. And I think that covers most of what we need to go through. You will be given more details when you return to work, on the day you return to work, and we will share with you as we slowly phase everyone back. Great to see you and to share with you, and look forward to having you here. Have a lovely day.